Hello, hello, hello. This is Jay Talks to You coming back with another video. Please do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe to let me know that you're here with me. Okay, so I am not doing the best job of coming to talk about things as it happens. I am going to try to get better with that with time. But I still, again, felt like this was worthy of discussion. So I'm coming back to talk about Mrs. Ebony K. Williams of the Griot. And Ebony K had some interesting advice to give women of the younger generation, as you can see by the caption. So I just pulled this right off of her page about women simultaneously pursuing their degrees and their professional degrees and their MRS at the same time. So I'm going to play the video and give a little bit of my thoughts on what she had to say.
Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
Okay, so there we heard Miss Williams. And I think that there are a few points that she made that's worthy of clarifying. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. Um, so for the sake of this discussion, I think that the first thing that we need to make clear is that if you are a woman who does not desire to get married and have kids, then this advice was not directed towards you. Um, I saw a lot of people, a lot of women in the comments, saying, hey, well, what if you don't want to get married and what if you don't want kids? Okay, understood. This advice is not directed towards you. So for the ones that do have that desire, I think overall that this is pretty sound advice. This is not something that a lot of mothers have. These are not the kind of talks and advice that mothers give their daughters when they reach a certain age. And so I appreciate I appreciate the public service announcement. However, like I said, there are a few things that I think need to be I personally would have not said, which is I think for me, I am no longer, and I don't know if I ever was, but I certainly now am no longer of the belief of black love or die. Um, I I'm not saying that I'm not an advocate of it, but I am in support of again, if this is what you want, finding it no matter what it looks like, if it's with an Asian, if it's with a Hispanic, all colors of the rainbow. I'm in support of that. Um, so I would not narrow my ideal partner specifically to race. I no longer believe in women, black women being race loyal. I just don't. That's a topic for another day. Um, and she said it herself, with quoting statistics, they that type of black man that she's talking about is a very small percentage. And so if that is something that she recognizes, then it almost begs the question, then why are you even giving this advice in the first place? If you recognize how difficult it would be in this day and age to find that particular man that she's speaking about, right? So, and I also feel like giving this type of advice, it puts women in a competitive position that they should not be in, and still continuing to be hunters and still perpetuating the idea that black men are a prize. Again, that's debatable to a lot of people. I said what I said. That could be a topic for another day. I don't care. So yeah, I wouldn't limit it to black men. And I also do not agree. Yes, I understand human nature that women have biological clocks. But I don't believe, generally speaking, that men's value increases as they get older. I think that I would have tweaked that statement to say men of means, wealthy men to do, what the manosphere likes to refer to as high value men. Their value does increase with age, when they are high value in the true sense of the word. So the other PSA, if you're in your 50s, your 60s, if you're a man of a particular age and you have no resources whatsoever, she also was not speaking to you either, right? So, yeah, that is how I would have that's how I would have, clarified it. Um and I also kind of noticed, I'm somebody that I like to also pay attention to things that are not being said. And I just couldn't help but notice, um, I really feel like this advice came from a place of defeat, with Miss Ebony K. I love her. I've followed her career. I watched her when I'd never really watched The Real Housewives of New York before, but I started tuning in when she was on there for that short stint. But I saw like a hint of sadness in her eyes, and I just felt like, again, it was coming from a place of defeat. We all remember, um, the video that she did with or the interview that she had with Iyanla that went viral a couple of months ago, where she asked her if she would date a bus driver. And I think her answer was, if he owned the bus, which I took to mean in so many words that she, would be interested in an entrepreneur. And she caught so much backlash for that and came under so much fire. And I personally didn't understand why. I don't recall her, I don't know. I thought that was pretty sad. I felt that it was ridiculous that people were basically trying to bully her into lowering her standards. So again, I appreciate that she made this video, but I just can't help but wonder or feel like this came from a place of defeat. Um, so yeah, that's really all I had to say on this. Like I said, it's good sound advice. And then I guess the last thing that I will say, just like she said, women have biological clocks. I also believe that father time comes to collect with men. Men do reach a stage where they hit the wall as well. Yeah, yeah, they could, have kids at any time, but a time does come when they also hit the wall. And that's another discussion I can go into for another day. But those were my quick thoughts on this video. So again, if you had any other opinions or anything else to say about it, you can drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. And again, this is Jay Talks to You. Please hit the like button and subscribe to let me know that you were here with me. And you can also follow me on Instagram, which is again Jay Talks to You. All right, thanks. Have a good evening. I did have another quick thought about this. Going back to what I was saying earlier, where I feel that this advice came from a place of defeat. Um, I have a huge problem with the fact that society has caused women to have such a vice grip on youth, and the belief that life essentially, like your worth as a woman, diminishes, you know, immensely when you reach the age of 40. I don't subscribe to that belief, and never will. I actually think that your best years are, ahead of you, when you consider other things. And so with Ebony, um part of me wants to believe that this was another opportunity to go viral, because surely, someone of her status, and my assumption is that she, is financially comfortable enough, um, to have other options of, having becoming a mother. I don't know about, I believe, I assume that, she still has a desire to get married, which is, fine, or if not, that's fine too. But definitely, this we're in 2023, and science has made it possible for women to seek other routes for motherhood, and she would be in the best position for that. She is able to afford, if she wanted to, going the surrogacy route. I mean, you don't know her. None of us know her personally, right? So we don't know if she's still trying, if she is trying naturally, to give birth. But if that's not a viable option, then obviously, she can go the surrogacy route. She can, IVF, adoption. Like, there's always different options for women, you know. I just, I don't subscribe to that belief, and I really believe, like I'm saying, I'm choosing to believe that this was just another opportunity to go viral, and not that she actually believes that, all hope is lost because she is 40. So, that's just crap to me. I don't believe that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share.